You just mentioned the pillars of Islam, one of them, of course, being Saum or fasting during the month of Ramadan. There are four others. Let's examine those for a bit. One that everyone knows about is that pilgrimage to Mecca for the Hajj. Everyone knows about that one.
Right. So, well, the first pillar of Islam is Shahada, or declaration of faith, or belief in Allah. It's La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. There is no God but Allah, and Muhammad is his messenger. And it is our actual verbal testimony that backs up our action of involving ourselves in the process of becoming a Muslim. Then there's prayer, or salat, of which we are encouraged to pray 5 times a day, in the early morning, the noon, the afternoon, the evening time, and then the night time, in addition to other prayers, especially during the month of Ramadan. Third is charity, or zakat, where we are obligated to give at least 2.5% of our earnings to charity, but also that we give of ourselves. The Muslim is encouraged to visit the sick, help feed the poor, clothe the naked, give encouragement to those who are in distress, and give support to those who are displaced. And then, of course, the fourth pillar of Islam, fasting for the month of Ramadan, but there are also various other fasts that we're encouraged to practice following the pattern of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. And then the fifth pillar of Islam, as you mentioned, the Hajj, or the pilgrimage to Mecca, which I was blessed to be able to do back in September of 2013. But these 5 pillars of Islam are not the actual complete practice of the faith. They're the pillars, or that on which the religion is constructed. And it's not even looked at as a religion so much as it is a way of life. It's a complete mission, a complete lifestyle choice that really gives you so many different roles and responsibilities as father, as husband, as brother, as protector, provider, maintainer, as one who is socially conscious, one who stands up for justice, and one who gets involved in any kind of cause that is for the protection and defense of humanity. So once we have those basic 5 pillars on which to stand, then we're expected to be prepared, capable, and competent to confront the struggle against injustice in society.
I'm glad that you made that point, because, based on what you've outlined in the 5 pillars, those foundation blocks, the Muslim community is a part of the wider national community and international community. And we would be all the poorer without your presence, because of those things, those elements of your mission that you adhere to and that you cherish very much. As you said, feeding the poor, clothing the naked, being a source of encouragement and upliftment in the society, and of course, speaking out when injustice occurs, and fighting for justice. Many may disagree on how that should be done, of course. But the fact of the matter is, it makes a huge difference to the national and the international landscape when you follow your mission, your holy mission as dictated by Allah. Yes?
Yeah, and I mean, testimony to how powerful this faith is the fact that it is a religion that we, people of African descent, were outlawed from practicing in this country. There were mainly 10 African tribes that came to Trinidad: the Igbo, Yoruba, Xhosa, Coromantun, Rada, Temne, the Mandingo, Congo, Fulani, and Asante. And out of those 10, 3 of them, the Mandingo, the Xhosa, and the Fulani, were Muslims. And it was against the law for us to practice Islam, because the Muslim believes, as taught in the Holy Quran, that persecution is worse than slaughter. And it's better to die standing on your feet, fighting for a cause of justice that God would be on our side for, than to submit ourselves to enslavement and live as one who has made a man his God besides Allah. So they did not want the Africans to be connected with the faith of Islam, because you cannot be a Muslim and a slave at the same time and accept injustice, oppression, exploitation, and tyranny. So they had to force us to abandon Islam, to take away our Islamic names and disconnect us from our Islamic heritage. But of course, in the early 1900s, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad reintroduced people of African descent to Islam in America. And then, of course, from there, you had an entire Black empowerment movement, because, of course, from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad came Malcolm X, came Muhammad Ali, who was known as Cassius Clay. He became the world boxing champion, and he was given the name Muhammad Ali by his teacher, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And then, of course, came Minister Louis Farrakhan and several others. I mean, all across the United States of America, even the Caribbean, people of African descent became reacquainted with Islam, either directly or indirectly, from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad for the most part. And so now, by the fact that there is a civil rights struggle or a fight against segregation or institutionalized racism, or even in this modern day context, Black Lives Matter, Islam has been our empowerment focus to strengthen us, to put up resistance against all of these forces of injustice within our community. And this is why so-called Black Muslims have been at the forefront of the struggle against injustice, for regardless of what religion the people may be who have been the victims of that injustice. So